Hello and welcome. This is rooflemonger, my friends. Today we're talking Mortal Kombat 1 as we finally have some solid storyline details about the game. So before, all we really knew and had any idea of is it's the new era. Liu Kang won Mortal Kombat 11, so he remade time and he made everything hunky-dory, well, for the most part, because there's obviously some issues. And we also knew, I guess, something was up with Mileena Kitana. But other than that, we were sorta in the dark. But now, thanks to the Warner Brothers Mortal Kombat website updating, we actually have some decent, proper storyline details about some of the characters. And without any further ado, well, let's get right into it. So for Liu Kang here, having won control of the Hourglass, winning Mortal Kombat 11, Liu Kang restarted history. He neutralized the threats and dangers that had come before, crafting a new era in which all beings would have the opportunity to find peace. But that peace is now threatened by an enemy Liu Kang could never have anticipated. It will take all his wisdom and experience to save not only Earthrealm, but all of reality. Now, we've already seen in the trailer, hey, Shang Tsung definitely appears to be some kind of big bad, as he makes a very dramatic appearance, for sure, and I'm sure he is some manner of villain in the story, but for someone who will threaten reality itself, this tells me that, Shang Tsung being shown here, it's a little bit of a throw-off, right? There's going to be someone above him, a much bigger threat than just Shang Tsung himself. Wait and see, but I don't think he's the biggest threat. But Liu Kang remade reality. Everything was supposed to be hunky-dory until it wasn't, right? And that sort of directly plays into Scorpion and Sub-Zero. So Scorpion, revered Lin Kuei warrior, which is already really weird out of the gate, right? But that's the new era for you. Like his cherished father, Scorpion was dedicated to the Lin Kuei and its defense of Earthrealm. When his father died, Scorpion was bereft, though he took pride in knowing that his brother, Sub-Zero, Bi-Han in this game, would succeed their father as the Lin Kuei Grand Master, but Sub-Zero's unprecedented moves to cast off the Lin Kuei's traditional duties have frozen Scorpion's enthusiasm. He fears that one day he may have to battle his brother for the control of the Lin Kuei legacy. Now, straight up, this means Scorpion's Sub-Zero's actual brother, not like brothers in battle, brothers by bond, like some people were trying to say in the initial reveals. They are actual blood brothers. This is now cut and dry, which means there's a very real chance Scorpion is Kuai Liang and not Hanzo Hasashi like he's been in, well, every other game. Sub-Zero, the one you play as this time around, is Bi-Han, the original Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat 1, and what would eventually become Noob Saibot, right? And his brother is Kuai Liang, the Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat 2 onwards. So this is not set in stone, but now this is actually very likely to happen, which is certainly a very big change. Doubly so because, Scorpion's a Lin Kuei member now. Hanzo Hasashi hated the Lin Kuei and everything it standed for, but if it's no longer Hanzo, then I guess that stands to reason. Now, Sub-Zero, Grandmaster of the Lin Kuei. As the Lin Kuei's Grandmaster, Sub-Zero leads his ancient warrior clan in defense of Earthrealm from external threats. For centuries, it has been their solemn task. But Earthrealm hasn't been threatened in generations, so there's no Mortal Kombat tournament or anything. Threat of Outworld, I guess, is not that big of a deal. And Sub-Zero sees no point in limiting his clan in preparing for dangers that may never come. Under his leadership, the Lin Kuei will come out of the shadows and fight for its place as one of Earthrealm's great nations. So our boy Bi-Han, maybe a little bit more than just a jerk this time around, maybe plans for like world domination? He wants the Lin Kuei to be its own nation, so what is it going to do, carve out a giant chunk of China? That would definitely make Sub-Zero maybe not a threat to Earthrealm, as it were, in like the multiverse kind of deal, but definitely a threat to Earth itself in general. I can't imagine the USA or the UN or, well, most nations on Earth being cool with weird ice assassins carving out their own country. So that's a really, really big storyline detail. Also, since I mentioned Scorpion here, talking about their beloved father, Sub-Zero definitely doesn't like whoever their father is in this timeline. Heck, maybe their father is Hanzo in this timeline. Who knows, right? But one of the win quotes he has in the stress test was, "Die like my father." So not only does he not like the father, he probably killed him. So interesting stuff for our blue and yellow ninja pals. Now, speaking of interesting, let's talk Mileena. So heir to Outworld's throne. So once again, it's Outworld. It is not Edenia in the Mortal Kombat 1. It is Outworld. Born mere seconds ahead of her twin sister, Mileena is the rightful heir to Outworld's throne. But even so, there are those who distrust Mileena's impulsiveness. They whisper that Kitana, with her steadier hand, should replace Mileena as heir to the throne. As Mileena fights for legitimacy, she hides a horrible secret. She's infected with the dreaded and lethal Tarkat disease. Were her affliction found out, Mileena would be forced into battle to save her throne. So this brings up a lot of questions. Some I have the answers for, some I don't. So first off, if she's not the ruler right now, who is the ruler? Well, that one's easy. It is Sindel. In an alternate gameplay trailer that was taken down fairly quickly, we saw just a little bit of one of the stages, and we can see Sindel on a throne in this stage. So Sindel is the queen of Outworld. So that's an easy guess, right? So, okay, Sindel's queen. Then who is their father? So it's Outworld. Keep in mind, it is Outworld, not Edenia. So their dad is probably not Jared. Because if it's Outworld, that means Jared's probably still dead in this timeline too. So sorry about that, Edenian fans. So it is possible Shao Kahn is still the father. In the stress test, one of the pre-fight dialogues, Kitana does mention Shao Kahn as her father. Now, it could be one of those weird multiverse, funny gag dialogue lines. Who knows, right? But it's better than nothing that we currently have to guess with. Regardless, though, whoever the daddy is, I don't think he's in the picture right now in the storyline, because Sindel rules alone. And also the manner of Mileena's appearance, the deadly Tarkat disease. So she still has the messed up grill, as you would expect. That's part of the character, right? But she is no longer half Kitana, half Tarkatan clone like she usually is. Which also means there's no more Tarkatans. So Baraka, I guess bye-bye, because if Tarkatan's a disease, that means he probably isn't playable in the game. So who knows how this will shape up, but basically it's a deformity, it's a disease. That's what she's trying to hide, but she is legitimately Kitana's actual sister in this game. And seemingly enough, legitimately also Sindel's actual daughter. So now Kitana, Princess of Outworld. Kitana has one purpose in life, to aid and protect her older sister Mileena as she prepares to rule Outworld one day. The steady-handed Kitana ignores the calls of those who would advocate that she should replace her impulsive sister as heir. Instead, Kitana will defend the realm by fighting to make Mileena the best empress possible. She will also fight to hide the dark secret that could end her sister's reign before it begins. So Kitana a little bit more bland, but I guess the idea here is she's the normal one, right? Mileena perhaps is already a little crazy out of the gate, and as she has the Tarkat disease progress, she probably gets crazier and crazier. The only thing that I wonder is they bring up the fact that they keep, they're going to make Mileena empress, right? But Sindel should still be good to go for a few more 1,000 years as an Edenian. I don't exactly see what the rush is unless there's also another subplot where like Sindel is about to die, or maybe she dies in the course of the plot, which then sort of forces the succession issue. That's definitely going to be a big wait and see. Johnny, we're basically back to Mortal Kombat 1 Johnny. Like many stars before him, Johnny became addicted to the fame. He became to measure his self-worth by his fans' adoration and their praise of him on social media. But with his star fading, Johnny's fighting an uphill battle to remain relevant. He joins Liu Kang's Earthrealm's champions, hoping that it will provide his career and his fame a desperately needed boost. So the Johnny of Mortal Kombat 9, X, and 11 that had all this character growth and learned a lot of stuff, that's gone. We're back to super shallow Johnny Cage again. And you know what? People like super shallow Johnny Cage, I guess, so that sort of works out. Kenshi, once one of ancient Japan's most honored families, the Takahashis were decimated in battle. They lost everything, including the emblem of their power, the revered sword Sento. Those who survived joined the Bakuto, a predecessor of the Yakuza, for its protection. 5 centuries later, Kenshi is raised on the stories of his ancient family's exploits. Detesting the corrupt Yakuza life, he pines to free the Takahashis from the Yakuza's grasp and restore their name. But for his family to follow him, Kenshi must first fight to prove he can lead. His first battle is to find and retrieve Sento. We know that Johnny has Sento, so he finds him in his apartment. They have a big old brawl, I guess, and Johnny wins going by the cutscene. But regardless, that's the story depth we have, and I'm assuming he joins up with Liu Kang and the rest because he talks with Raiden later on, right? And now Raiden, here's the fun part. Raiden, champion of Earthrealm. He inherited Liu Kang's old job. So we got a little bit of role reversal happening here. So in the village of Fengjian, Raiden was known for his kindness and his charity. He was happy to spend his days tending to the fields as well to his friends and family. So when he is asked to leave Fengjian and become one of Earthrealm's champions, Raiden hesitates. but he soon realizes that to best serve his village, he must join them. As threats to Earthrealm mount, and once again, we don't know what these threats are necessarily, Shang Tsung, maybe something else, Raiden must mature into the great warrior that Liu Kang knows he can be. Like, honestly, I sort of love this. You know, for all the games, Raiden was the mentor of Liu Kang, and now Liu Kang will be the mentor of Raiden. Also, Raiden doesn't want the job. Like, he says how he's happy just farming the fields, right? And that's usually the make of a good hero in a story. The hero that doesn't want the job is the best kind of hero, which is sort of the direct opposite of Kung Lao. Youthful warrior with dreams of glory. Born and raised in the village of Fengjiang, once again, this is the same one as Raiden, Kung Lao has spent his life toiling in the fields. It's been an honorable life, but not a glorious one. Kung Lao's greatest fear that his life will amount to nothing. He prays fervently that he'll be called to do something bigger. His prayers are answered when he's asked to join the champions of Earthrealm. As a warrior fighting for its honor, Kung Lao knows that his victories will be long remembered. So now, even though we have the different timeline, it looks like Kung Lao is still a little bit of a glory hog. Seemingly, he wants the job that Raiden doesn't, but Raiden is the champion of Earthrealm and Kung Lao is not. And now, with these details, we have a decent idea of where the plot might be going. We don't know the big bad, sure, but Liu Kang remade reality, but maybe didn't remake it perfectly, as Sub-Zero is seemingly out to overthrow nations now because he's bored, because Liu Kang remade reality so good there's no more threats, and therefore the Lin Kuei doesn't have a job to do anymore. A victim of its own success, perhaps. One of those deals where you wish on the monkey's paw, right? Liu Kang wanted a better reality, but we did get a better reality, but it caused its own problems in its own way. We're going to have all sorts of political turmoil in Outworld, because this whole succession deal with Kitana and Mileena definitely isn't just going to resolve itself, I'm sure. It's going to be a big problem. I do like the fact it's still Outworld, which means at some point Onaga / Shao Kahn still did their things, because they merged the realms and it's not Edenia. But then again, honestly, maybe Liu Kang didn't care as much about Outworld as he does about Earthrealm, like straight up. Maybe he didn't bother to make sure Outworld was remade as good as Earthrealm was. And of course, we got so many other characters to worry about, and they're going to have their own story details. We don't know who they are just yet. Maybe Su Hao and Collector wind up joining the Mega Powers, and they're the true threat to all reality. It's Mortal Kombat, I guess, so anything can happen. But that said, that is your current look at where the story seems to be going in MK1. We're going to learn a lot more about it, and just the game in general in the following weeks and months to the launch in September, but still, that's the info for the time being, and I hope you found it interesting. Personally, I'm very excited to see where this is all going to be going. That all said though, we're now at the end of the video, so thank you very much for watching, hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some Mortal Kombat.